cause for women's rights to decision-making in all areas of life.
Women raise voices for resounding freedom and equality for all as the world marks International Women's Day. PTF members, journalists take vaccination against COVID-19. Rivers government inaugurates more road infrastructure.
We did a campaign in Niger, and we promised them that if they vote for us, they are going to do this road.
Niger Republic, Niger election, President Buhari receives ECOWAS envoy, former VP Sambo. Good evening and many thanks for joining us on NTA Network News. I am Kenen Ima Aborike. Michael Olaleye joins us from Lagos studio. We'll begin on a very joyous note as President Muhammadu Buhari felicitates with Nigerian women, describing them as the bedrock of the society, noting that the theme of the 2021 celebration, Choose to Challenge, is quite apt. In a statement by the special advisor to the president on media and publicity, Femi Adesina stated that the president rejoices with the women folk and restates his administration's commitment to addressing the multifarious challenges confronting them at various levels of the society. With 7 female ministers and 2 of them heading strategic ministries of finance, budget and national planning and humanitarian affairs, disaster management and social development, in addition to scores more in charge of key parastatals and agencies, as well as serving as presidential aide, President Buhari applauds their contributions to the successes recorded by the administration. He condemns all forms of gender-based discriminations, abuse, harassment and violence targeted especially at the women or female folk at workplaces, schools, community and national levels. President Buhari wishes all Nigerian women joyous and memorable 2021 International Women's Day celebration. Meanwhile, Nigeria's First Lady Aisha Muhammadu Buhari wishes women all over the world Happy Women's Day for their resilience, hard work and commitment to the progress of humanity. In a statement on marking 2021 International Women's Day, the First Lady says with the theme Women in Leadership, Achieving an Equal Future in a COVID-19 World is a strong call to appreciate the efforts of women and girls in the fight against COVID-19 pandemic. Aisha Buhari also condemns the abductions of Nigerian students in the hands of insurgents and bandits and calls on all stakeholders to continue to exert their different levels of influence and bring these abductions to an end. International Women's Day is a global event instituted to celebrate the social, economic, cultural and political achievements of women. The day also marks a call to action.
The women areas.
The theme also urges everyone to recognize the leadership skills and potentials of women towards moving the world closer to gender equality. And for Nigerian women, it was time to celebrate one of their own who is leading the global business world.
The first female, the first African to head the WTO, a daughter of the soil, in the person of Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala.
Gender advocates say increasing visibility is key while fighting inequality in the society. The campaign theme, #I chose to challenge, comes with a question: how will you help to forge a gender equal world? Felicitations, NTA News.
The 2021 International Women's Day is celebrating women's achievements, especially those in leadership positions and the front lines of the pandemic response. However, there is another set of women in the front lines who are leading in the area of rapid response in the face of security threats. Defense correspondent Najatu Tijani reports.
Women of war, but more importantly, women playing role in what has been considered a male-dominated profession for decades. With the 2021 International Women's Day seeking to increase inclusiveness and women equal participation in leadership, the Nigerian military already seems to be 20 paces ahead. Brigadier General Thomas is the gender advisor of the Nigerian military. She says leadership opportunities have always existed for women within the military.
As the world marks the 2021 International Women's Day, The armed forces of Nigeria will continue to kick against all hindrances and obstacles confronting gender inequality, particularly in this era of COVID-19 pandemic.
For Major Roselyn Agwe of the Nigerian Army Women's Corps, an elite, and her counterparts in other arms of the military, there can be no room for error, regardless of gender.
Our mission is to professionally responsive in the operational engagements.
UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres, in his message for the International Women's Day, says advancing women's equal participation will lead to rapid achievement of sustainable goals, security and human rights. Najat Tijani, NTA News.
The world has seen a rollback in the hard-won advances in women's rights. Now is the time to build an equal future, which is the job for everyone, for the benefit of everyone. United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres said this as the world marks 2021 International Women's Day. Adebola Bruskelin Sunday reports.
Women, many agree, are essential workers that are keeping people alive and holding economies, communities and families together. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres said this year's International Women's Day is dedicated to highlight the transformative power of women's equal participation in nation building.
Pandemic recovery is our chance to leave behind generations of exclusion and inequalities. Mothers, especially single mothers, have faced acute anxiety and adversity. The consequences will far outlast the pandemic. Gender equality is essentially a question of power.
Expressing the fear that 10 million additional child marriages may occur before the end of the decade.
On this International Women's Day, let's be inspired by their determination. Let's expand investments and training programs that help more girls take control over their lives and futures.
The UN agency recommended immediate action to mitigate the toll on girls and their families by implementing effective laws and policies. Adebola Bruskelin Sunday, NTA News.
All across the world, the voices of women are resounding freedom and equality for all as they unanimously celebrate their gender and what unites them despite race, tribe and religion. Momso Damian Dati reports that this year's International Women's Day is one of the most celebrated.
Not even the pandemic nor the multiple challenges faced by women the world over will deter the zeal and excitement with which the women folk embrace the day, celebrating them. Determination, I choose to challenge, as portrayed in the theme, speaking against discrimination, gender-based violence and other vices threatening womanhood, is further reaffirmed by the Minister of Women Affairs.
There is more acceptance than ever before that women bring different experiences, perspectives and skills to the table, which can make worthy contributions to decisions, policies and laws that work better for all.
Despite the many examples we can cite of world-leading women who hail from Nigeria, women only account for 5.8 and 7.3% respectively in both houses of the National Assembly.
Speakers, organizations, associations, civil society groups, in all, perhaps an indication of the great level of awareness amongst women.
International Women's Day recognizes the economic, political and social achievement of women past, present and future.
Provides a useful opportunity to reinforce the fact that everyone has a role to play in forging a more gender-balanced world. They don't have the voice. We need to be their voice.
The focus in this season is women in leadership, achieving an equal future in COVID-19 world. In Abuja, Momso Damian Dati, NTA News.
The International Women's Day is again offering Nigerians another opportunity to seek good representation in key leadership roles and also the stoppage of violence against women and girls. Momso Damian Dati again compiled various events of the day.
I want to see a situation where we'll have a female president come 2023 and
a good number of state governors as women. And
as women across the globe grapple with socio-economic, political and security challenges, Nigerian women have been tasked to pay critical attention to their health, which is critical to their well-being.
Getting vaccinated for those cancers that can be prevented.
We are talking about COVID. Fine, COVID is there, but cancer is killing a lot of women.
In marking the day, widows and vulnerable women continue to gain attention from volunteers, especially after the harsh economic realities that followed the COVID pandemic.
Do not have the heart to leave their children to roam around doing nothing. But if you empower her, she can be able to achieve a lot.
The skills we are impacting in them is what they can actually go to their community to put to use.
We can see that it has a multiplier effect that ensures that more hundreds of women are actually empowered.
In Calabar, stakeholders identify the roles of motherhood in the face of current economic challenges and the need for women emancipation in all spheres of decision-making, especially the economic sector.
So, I choose the challenge. Why should the woman die during childbirth? If you want to lead, be able to do something with your hand.
More women must be given the opportunity in the society to play their role, which I believe they will perform very well.
For women across Nigeria, the struggle for equality has just begun, they say. In Abuja, Momso Dati, NTA News.
Now, President Muhammadu Buhari has described as gladdening that the just concluded election in the Republic of Niger went well. This was while exchanging views with the former Vice President of Nigeria, Muhammad Namadi Sambo. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo has the details.
The former Vice President of Nigeria, Muhammad Namadi Sambo, led the ECOWAS mission on election in the Republic of Niger. He is here to present the report on the elections to President Muhammadu Buhari. The president said, with Nigeria sharing more than 1,400 kilometers of border with the Republic of Niger, it should be concerned about the stability of the neighboring country. He expressed delight that the elections went well and are judged transparent by most of the observers. President Buhari congratulated Mr. Namadi Sambo and his team for a job well done, saying he was glad that they came back with good news. The ECOWAS head of mission, Mr. Namadi Sambo, had told the president that he met with all the stakeholders before the polls, which went into a runoff after the initial exercise in December last year was inconclusive. The team, he said, monitored the exercise in about 400 polling units across the 5 regions of the country, and the process was not only peaceful but also done professionally. The former Vice President of Nigeria said every citizen of Niger was given the right to vote and be voted for. He said the conduct of the exercise was a great improvement over the previous one and thanked President Muhammadu Buhari for his tremendous support to the ECOWAS mission. The candidate of the ruling party, Muhammad Bazoum, was announced winner by the electoral body, having won more than 50% of the votes cast, a decision disputed by the opposition candidate, Maman Usman, who approached the Constitutional Court for redress. The Nigerian constitution gives the court the powers to decide who succeeds the outgoing president, Muhammadu Isufu. From the State House, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
Time for our first break on the NTA Network News. We will be back shortly.
Hey guys, making music for you is so easy for me to do. But you know what else is super easy to do? Linking your NIN to your Glow line by dialing *109*NIN hash. Or I can call 109 from my Glow line and follow the instructions. And if I don't want to call, I can text my NIN to 109. I can even visit glowworld.com/NIN. And what if you've forgotten your NIN? All you have to do is dial *346# and Glow will help you remember it. Someone may ask, what if I haven't registered? All you have to do is go into the nearest Glow World and we'll help you register. It's that easy. So don't get disconnected from all of the amazing voice and data offers from Glow. Linking your NIN to your Glow lines is simple, safe, and 100% free with zero hassles.
The best legacy you can hand down to your child is quality education, and learning just got better with the introduction of the School Aid app. The School Aid app is the one-stop education app that every student needs to learn and study to pass all senior secondary examination while having fun. It has fantastic features and helps to prepare you for NECO, WAEC, JAM, and more. It is an interactive learning app with limitless potentials. Your child can use this technology to achieve better learning outcomes in a cost-effective way, whether online or offline. Plus, it gives a wider range of access to a variety of learning materials, both audio and visual. There are 4 easy steps to start with the School Aid. Download, register, choose subject, and start learning. The School Aid app is available on Android and Apple stores, or visit www.schooladApp.com. School Aid app, we aid you to success.
I did look for a pension fund administrator. We soft, make sense, we care for me. Shy. No be the type when story go enter the matter when it's time to deliver. Stress you, call them, then they accessible. Yes, customer care where they on point. No go regret when you try, of course. Profitable investment, everything is just a blend. If you don't want it good for you, my guy, make you choose premium pension today. Make that switch to premium pension. Premium pension, make that switch to premium pension.
Join over 700,000 satisfied members and enjoy the premium experience at our offices across the 36 states in Nigeria, including the FCT. Call 094615-700-704 to make the switch today. Premium pension. Active today, premium tomorrow.
Dear customer, link your national identification number to your Airtel router, MiFi, and ODU devices today. Log on to www.airtel.com.ng/HBB to access the Airtel HBB Self-Care Portal. Click on Submit NIN from the displayed options and then enter your 11-digit NIN details. You will get a confirmation message immediately after. If you are using a universal device with Airtel SIM, don't worry, we got you covered as well. Just log on to www.airtel.com.ng/NIN. Insert your home broadband device number and wait for confirmation. Once confirmed, type in your alternate number and email where you will receive a one-time password. Insert the OTP to verify the account. Fill in your 11-digit NIN details, submit, and you're good to go.
Airtel, the smartphone network. The Honorable Minister of Transportation, Right Honorable Chibuike Rotimi Amechi, and the Honorable Minister of State for Transportation, Senator Gbemisola Saraki, cordially invites all stakeholders in the transportation sector and the general public for the groundbreaking ceremony of the Eastern Narrow Gauge Railway Project, Bonny Deep Seaport and Railway Industrial Park in Port Harcourt, by His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, Federal Republic of Nigeria. Date, Tuesday, March 9th, 2021. Venue, Port Harcourt Railway Station, Odual Road, Station Bus Stop, Port Harcourt, River State. Time, 11 a.m. Dr. Magdalene Ajani, Permanent Secretary, Announcer.
As you adjust to the new realities for operating your business and engaging with your customers, let us help you transform your business into a digital powerhouse capable of adapting and taking advantage of today's opportunities. With our best-in-class array of digital solutions, you can conduct your business, receive payments from your customers, and perform transactions quickly, safely, and conveniently, because we've got you covered with the right people, technology, and service offerings. Contact us today and let us take your business to its zenith. Zenith Bank, in your best interest.
Welcome back as we tell you more on the International Women's Day celebration. The need to equip women with better skills through education, especially financial literacy. The Partnership for Advancing Women Economic Development, PAWED, says is critical to bridging the gender gaps between women and men in Nigeria. PAWED representatives Gloria Shoda, National President, National Council of Women Societies, and Amina Ado, who featured on Good Morning Nigeria to commemorate International Women's Day, call for special attention to addressing challenges militating against women economic empowerment in Nigeria. Lydia Sampson reports.
Nigerian women are doing well in appointive positions across different developmental value chains. Ironically, despite their laudable achievements, the number of women in elective positions is still minimal. These key players say negates the projections of gender parity. While calling for deliberate policies by political parties to give qualified women the needed platforms, the girls also challenge women to avail themselves for service at the different levels.
Whatever is happening in your community, you must assert yourself and show concern. If it is time that the community is in trouble or mourning, identify with them. If it is a joyous occasion, identify with them. Whatever is the occasion, assert yourself and be part of it. If there is a problem, try to find solutions to that problem.
The time is now, particularly for anybody that's interested in running for any office. Participate in party registration. Get involved at the registration level. Get involved at your wards. Run for offices at the ward level. As it is now, the opportunities are there.
They reiterate the need for women in politics, understanding dynamics of political parties, and lobbying key players through credible performance.
Women are a critical stakeholder in all sphere of development, and as such they shouldn't be excluded. So it's not just in leadership position, so also in other aspects of life.
They are unanimous that women have what it takes, but call for a reorientation against social and cultural norms suppressing women. The girls also reiterated the significance of the girl-child education and mentoring to more women for leadership and representation at all levels. In Abuja, Lydia Sampson, NTA.
Panelists at a webinar organized by Development Bank of Nigeria to mark International Women's Day are of the opinion that strategies to improve the status of Nigerian women can only succeed if the deep-seated historic, cultural, and socio-economic barriers that prevent women from taking their seat at the decision-making table are broken. Neka Oko reports.
Societies are said to be made up of values, norms and beliefs that serve as culture. With time, however, some of these become outdated, especially as some stereotypes prevented women from achieving their full potentials. This, with the COVID-19 pandemic, are said to increase women vulnerabilities. Like the UNDP is always saying, it will take 130 years to fully disrupt the gender status quo. This event, to commemorate 2021 International Women's Day, is just trying to do that.
Women are not able to reach their full economic and social potential, then that is actually going to have a huge impact on the productivity of those countries.
For the Development Bank of Nigeria, it is another opportunity to challenge gender stereotypes that has restricted the advancement of women over the years.
Why is DBN interested in women, you may ask? Because women are the real architects of the society. And I hope that conversations like this will empower more women to achieve more.
Women form half of the population. So when women are not well empowered, when they are not included in decision making and in the economy of the country, say Nigeria, we are missing about half of our potential, half of our economic strength.
The Development Bank of Nigeria is also advising younger girls to get prepared for opportunities before they come. In Abuja, Neka Uku, NTA News.
In another development, a special investigation panel on sexual and gender-based violence has commenced in Port Harcourt with 40 cases of rape, sexual harassment and other human rights violations. Executive Secretary, National Human Rights Commission, Tony Ojukwu, while kickstarting the panel, gave an assurance that it will engage in thorough findings to assist victims get appropriate justice and compensation. Ijoma Ugweke reports.
In recent times, a number of incidences of gender-based violence sparked public outrage and condemnation of different dimensions of sexual and gender-based violence in Nigeria. It's in line with this outcry that the Human Rights Commission took drastic measures to address the scourge, and that informed the constitution of the panel to deal with 40 cases in Port Harcourt.
Victims of sexual and gender-based violence cannot talk. They don't talk. They don't report some of the cases. At times when they report some of the cases, they make caricature of them and they are not encouraged. So we want to change that narrative.
As of today, I think about 40 or more. So that tells you how deep this issue is. It's even alarming to the people that came from outside.
Here in Port Harcourt, I'm telling you, we have almost 90% of domestic violence and gender-based violence.
Members of the panel are drawn from the academia, gender experts, civil society, and professional groups. In Port Harcourt, Ijomu Gweke, NTA News.
More on International Women's Day will take you to Lagos, where Michael will be guiding us.
Thank you, Kene. A civil society group, Project for Human Development, has called on the Nigerian government to resist pressure from any country to legalize same-sex marriage as a condition for foreign aid. Dotun Ogunyemi reports.
When Joe Biden was elected President of the United States of America, there was an euphoria among Nigerians, both home and abroad, that his coming into power will bring good tidings, especially in relation to Nigeria's foreign policy, security, immigration, trade, and many more. That aspiration by many Nigerians has been attached to a condition for Nigeria and other countries who require foreign aid or assistance from the United States, which is not to discriminate against same-sex marriage as a way of life.
People in the world are becoming homosexuals and lesbians.
This forum is strongly condemning the stand of the United States and urged the Nigerian government not to bow to the pressure of the West.
If the US or any other country is bent on stopping to give us financial assistance simply because we have declared LGBTQI illegal in Nigeria, that country can go ahead.
The group called on parents to harp on moral and religious teachings for their children or wards.
So it's very, very important that we need to stand our ground. And it comes to the fact that Africa, we need to stand up and start being a producing country.
Sociologists will tell you that the basic unit of society is the family. Once you destroy the family, which is the bedrock of society, you have destroyed and undermined that society.
The civil society group also commended the National Assembly for the passage of the Anti-Gay Law 2011 and the Same-Sex Marriage Prohibition Act of 2014. In Lagos, Dotun Ogunyemi, NTA News.
One of the leading tricycle company in Nigeria, Stallion Bajaj Auto Keke Limited, is set to establish Africa's first women-only assembly plant to celebrate International Women's Day. Imonde Ayotoke Diogunfowora reports that this is in line with its vision to grow its female representation to 35% by the end of 2021.
Oluwatomise Sonyaolu worked as a roadside mechanic with her father when she was 16 years old, but today she is a female mechanic with Stallion Bajaj Auto Keke Limited. She is one of the 40 already trained and integrated women into the assembly plant in Lagos.
It's not everyone that has the idea about this technical aspect, but they trained us and put us through with our leaders and supervisors around us. I really appreciate Stallion Bajaj Auto Keke Limited.
This initiative is aimed at training female assemblers, mechanics, as well as tricycle riders to foster entrepreneurship and open job opportunities for women through skill acquisition.
In total spirit, we have been as a group working to empower women in Nigeria for last 50 years. But now we thought of bringing more and more women into automobile arena, which is a more paying business.
An interactive session on more holistic way of empowering the female folk was also held at the event.
The truth of the matter is that women have not been given ample opportunity to express themselves, to also dream and fulfill their dreams. But if they give us half the chance, we can see what we can do. We are multitaskers, so that also gives us leverage.
As women, whether you're working or whether you're doing business, the biggest challenge is your mind. I want you 1 hour a day, spend time, research, don't go to gossip blogs, go to, mechanic blogs, go to entrepreneurship blogs, look at those big people and see where it's going and train your mind to be big.
Loved in 70 countries of the world, Stallion Bajaj Auto Keke Limited hopes to train and integrate additional 500 female technicians by 2022. In Lagos, Imolayo Tokide Ogunfowora, NTA News.
That is it from here. It's now back to Kene for the continuation of Network News.
Welcome back as we talk health now. More strategic leaders in the country have continued to present themselves for vaccination against COVID-19 pandemic. The latest to receive the jab was the Chief of Staff to the President, Professor Ibrahim Gambari. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo reports.
The public vaccination of strategic leaders against COVID-19 is aimed at reassuring Nigerians of the safety and efficacy of the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine, which arrived in Nigeria last week. The Chief of Staff to the President, Professor Ibrahim Gambari, took his jab and was later presented his e-vaccination card by the Chief Medical Director of the State House Medical Center, Dr. Munir Hussain. The Chairman, National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, Muhammad Buo Marwa, and the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Garba Shehu, were vaccinated by the Chief Nursing Officer of the State House Clinic, Esther Ibrahim. Speaking shortly after, Professor Ibrahim Gambari said his vaccination was to follow the footsteps of President Muhammadu Buhari and Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, who demonstrated leadership by receiving their jabs on Saturday.
All eligible Nigerians should take this vaccine. It is safe and it is painless, and the benefit is immense because it's not just for the individual, but the more Nigerians that are vaccinated, the more we develop the herd immunity, which will keep our country safe and our people healthy.
The vaccine is efficacious and it is safe. We need to safeguard our population. We need to safeguard the health of Nigerians. Mr. President has provided sufficient leadership for us. Today, the Chief of Staff is building on that foundation.
I would like to say to all Nigerians, take this vaccine. It's for the good. With this vaccine, by the grace of God, before long, the whole country will be COVID-19 free.
The federal government had on Saturday last week hinted that getting COVID-19 vaccination could become a requirement for all international passengers as the fight against the global pandemic gathers steam. From the State House, Adamu Sambo, NTA News.
In the meantime, members of the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19, led by the Chairman and Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boz Mustafa, received the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine against COVID-19. The PTF says the action is to further demonstrate to Nigerians that the vaccine is safe for citizens to receive. Kenneth Nanim reports.
With the hope that the 2021 Hajj will take place with Nigeria participating, the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria is in engagement with the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19 to ensure adequate travel arrangements set by the Saudi Arabian authorities and the World Health Organization are met. The Commission is also engaging clerics as front runners in having a successful Hajj exercise.
Without vaccines, there is no Hajj. So there's nothing that we can argue about it.
We know there are so many people from other countries there that come for Hajj, and we want to educate our people, give them orientation.
We pray that the curve of the COVID will be flattened.
The National Hajj Commission has embarked on digitalizing procedures to reduce cost and fit into the digital Hajj process.
Priority is being given to establishing the Hajj Training Institute with the aim to professionalize Hajj management and to deepen the knowledge and intellectual capacity of the Ummah about Hajj beyond the scope of the rituals and Hajj economy.
With the commencement of vaccine against COVID-19, the Commission is hopeful Nigerian Muslims will participate in the 2021 Hajj exercise. In Abuja, Abrahman Usman Jibrila, NTA News.
And that was actually Abdul Rahaban Usman Jibrila's report on NACON meeting ulama on COVID-19 and 2021 Hajj. Let's now bring you the reports by Kenneth Nanim on PTF briefing earlier today.
This is to further certify the safety and the efficacy of the vaccine against COVID-19 by the PTF, urging Nigerians to get vaccinated as soon as the vaccines get to them.
We are willing to take the vaccines in the public glare for every Nigerian to see, to attest to the fact that what is being offered is safe, is very effective, and it will help us in taming the spread of COVID-19.
With procedure of vaccination of citizens, including monitoring and accountability platforms being rolled out in phases by the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency, the PTF is cautioning against patronizing non-authorized vaccine peddlers and wait for their turn, while continuing adhering to the non-pharmaceutical protocols.
This public and practical endorsement of the vaccine will build the trust, encourage, and motivate the general public in the acceptance and uptake of the COVID-19 vaccine during the campaigns. Adequate provision has been made to deploy the COVID-19 vaccines to all states and vaccination sites where people will be vaccinated according to set priorities. Most governors have agreed to flag off on March the 10th. We're working very closely with CACOVID to ensure that these vaccines are lifted or transported to the states in time for these rollouts.
The PTF also urges Nigerians to leverage on the information at the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency portal for their registration and vaccination as the country takes delivery of more doses. Kenneth Nanim, NTA News.
The President of the Senate, Ahmad Lawan, rejoices with the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, on the occasion of his 64th birthday on Monday, 8th March 2021. In a statement by the Special Advisor to the President of the Senate on Media and Publicity Affairs, Ola Awoniyi, Senator Lawan joined his family and friends across and outside Nigeria in celebrating the man he described as an erudite lawyer, intellectual giant, respected religious leader, and distinguished administrator on this auspicious occasion. Similarly, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boaz Mustafa, on behalf of the Federal Executive Council, felicitates with the Vice President as he marks his 64th birthday. Mustafa, in the statement, said the VP's commitment, loyalty, resilience, and dedication to service are a constant source of inspiration and guide to him and many others. Also, Chairman of the All Progressives Congress Governors Forum, Abubakar Atiku Bagudu, joins the Vice President Osinbajo and his family to celebrate his 64th birthday. Bagudu commends the leadership vision, commitment and loyalty of the Vice President to the nation and to President Muhammadu Buhari. The APC governors, he said, are confident that national challenges will be resolved with the dedication. You're still watching the NTA Network News. We'll take more messages. The news will continue shortly.
Baby, say you there for me. As I there for you. Your boy from there. nothing I can't do, my baby, my baby.
You can now get points on MTN calls and exchange your points for free data. Dial *406# to join.
Confidence is important in life's little moments. Strong teeth can help, even if they get you into trouble sometimes. A great smile is useful to break the ice, and making friends is easier when you know you have fresh breath. I give my family confidence with Pepsodent Triple Protection 123. Its antibacterial action formula gives them cavity protection, white teeth, and fresh breath. The confidence of 3 toothpaste in 1. Pepsodent Triple Protection 123.
Can you see me now? We're just having a good time, and I'm feeling so good.
Where you did? I dey come now. You go see me now. You go.
Call your body and everybody, yeah. Make we start to the corner.
Where you did now? You go see me now.
Everybody they dance.
Where you did now? You go see me now.
You want
I'm fine, sir. Give me a surprise.
Hey, where you at? You go Mexico, you go Jericho, I'm gonna let you go.
Hello, how are you?
Tell us one truth nobody knows.
I like to steam it from my mama's pot.
The best data plans in town. Dial *777#.
Every year, 5 million people die from lack of access to affordable health care. With the current pandemic, the number has doubled because of its adverse effect on the economic situation in the nation. No money, no health care. But that shouldn't be. Introducing the Cross River State Health Insurance Scheme, Ayade Care. Now, all you need to do is enroll and start enjoying the best medical insurance available. As all of us don't put money together to take care of all of us. Hurry now. Enroll at health.crshis.ng.
Deliciously creamy with all the goodness of Vitarich. That's how we've made the new Cowbell Evaporated Milk. Cowbell Evaporated Milk. Evaporated just for you.
If life were a game, where every choice brought you closer to your dream, ask yourself, would you stay where you're unappreciated? Waiting for change to happen? Or would you somehow take that first step to changing things for yourself? At ARM Pensions, we believe in taking action. Because when it comes to your retirement goals, it's not about who you are. It's about who you play with. Join the team of more than just pension managers. Join the team that appreciates you. Switch to ARM Pensions today.
Section. Anything less than that, get a hasty rejection. I point you in the direction, put you the thing to the next one. So
For you
tanda for this world, you gats know what's up. Sabi wetin dey ground, then start to do your run. Get ginger to sabi every. Because when you fit see the different side of the world, anything dey possible. BBC News for Pidgin, make your life better.
Thank you for staying with us. More on International Women's Day. Lydia Sampson will now bring us a report of powered representatives who were on Good Morning Nigeria calling for attention to addressing challenges militating against women economic empowerment in the country.
Are economically challenged due to inadequate education and lack of understanding and access to financial loans, even when targeted at women empowerment. Determined to change the narrative, the Partnership for Advancing Women Economic Development with the theme Chose to Challenge has called for unbundling of women from youths. They lamented that the gaps worsened by the COVID-19 pandemic has exposed women who are already economically vulnerable.
We've been going through hell just to access these funds because of the normal problems that women have. Of course, women will be asked to bring this, bring that. We don't have collaterals. So women have a lot of challenges.
55% of women between the ages of 15 and 49 have a mobile phone, while 81% of men do. That's something as inconsequential as a mobile phone, but you have this large gap. Now, when it comes to land, only 12% of women have land in their name, while 38% of men within that age group said they do. And when it comes to education, 35% of women are illiterate, while it's 22% for men. So you can see both in terms of economy and in terms of education, which gives you access to actually higher earning capacity, women are behind.
They called for more funding and involvement of the Ministry of Women Affairs for better targeting of women issues across the entire economic value chains. This, they say, will go a long way in not just overcoming hurdles to women economic empowerment, but will also help harness women in the informal sector for greater economic empowerment and development. In Abuja, Lydia Sampson, NTA News.
Ministry of Finance prioritized women's economic empowerment as Nigerian Stock Exchange end Monday session on a bullish note. Let's join Musa Abubakar for details on business news. Hello.
Hello, Kenny. Thank you. Well, welcome to the business news segment. Minister of Finance Zainab Ahmed says gender equality and women's empowerment remain critical to ensuring inclusive and sustainable development in Nigeria. She stated there's a 2021 International Women's Day commemoration in Abuja. Zainab Ahmed said through the implementation of Finance Acts 2019 and 2020, the federal government is providing tax relief and other support to SMEs, many of which are women-owned. She explained that the federal government is scaling up existing and developing new interventions at the intersection of gender equality, fiscal policy, and public financial management. This includes gender-responsive budgeting and assessment of the responsiveness of key fiscal interventions. Now, the Nigerian stock market has closed Monday's trading on the positive territory. The NSE All-Share Index climbed 0.17% at 39,396.57 basis point. 297.2 million shares valued at 3.1 billion naira were traded in 4,655 deals and market capitalization at 20.6 trillion naira. Zenith Bank, FBN Holdings, and Mansard are the most active shares at the end of the day's transaction. Okay, that's business news.
Thank you very much, Musa. Now let's tell you that a former governor of Jigawa State, Sule Lamido, has related the infrastructural achievements of Governor Wike to that of a man dedicated to the care and well-being of his people. The former governor of Jigawa State spoke during the inauguration of Rumuji Obele Iba Isiokwe Road. Ogedi Yekwere reports.
The Rumuji Obele Iba Isiokwe Road traverses
two local government areas of Emohua and Ikwere, it serves as the major access road to the communities. However, the inaccessibility of the road made it very difficult for the agrarian communities to transport their farm produce to the city. All that is now history thanks to Governor Nyesom Wike.
When we came here for campaign, we did a campaign in Nepal, and we promised them that if they vote for us, they were going to do this road. And I heard somebody say, I hope this will not break one of those campaign promises. But what I have told people is that when PDP makes promise, the promise will be fulfilled.
Former Governor of Jigawa State, Alhaji Sule Lamido, eulogized Governor Wike for putting into judicious use the resources of the state.
Today, from this very minute, you can grant report to enhance social mobilization, social movement, to enhance community cooperation, to enhance, rather than by using each other, to bring out, materials from the farms, be it cassava or banana to the next market, which means you are connected.
The total reconstructed road is 16.85 kilometers long, 10 meters wide and 7.5 meters carriageway. N. Obele, Ogedinyekwere, NTA News.
More messages, please don't go away. We will be right back.
Better days are coming. Days where we can hug each other tightly.
Days where hunger plans will be made and kept.
Days where we can look back and say we never gave up because of our courage and will to keep going.
Days where we're not isolated from our community by fear.
So join us.
Join us
as we raise a glass
to better days.
In my house, we may look alike, but we are very different individuals. Everybody believes their way is best. That's why Golden Penny Pasta is our favorite meal.
Golden Penny Pasta, made with durum wheat, is tasty, nutritious, a source of protein and fiber, and non-sticky. So you can cook, serve, and eat your pasta just the way you like it. With Golden Penny Pasta, your way is best.
When times are tough, we know that as a mother, one thing you should never compromise on is your family's oral health, because they deserve the best. Oral-B, all-round protection. Its great value, it protects your mouth from harmful bacteria and also protects you against tooth holes and gum problems which can lead to tooth loss. It strengthens your family's teeth and gives them all-round protection. So remember, protect their future. Oral-B for healthier, stronger teeth in just 1 week.
This is the Wilson family last week. This is the Wilson family this week. What's changed?
What?
The Wilson family got maximum entertainment for less, and now they're closer than ever. Your family can be too.
How does this work?
With world-class international channels that put the quality back in your quality time.
That's what I'm talking about.
GoTV Max will bring you and your family closer in no time. So upgrade to GoTV Max for only 2,999 naira today. Make you enjoy. GoTV. Love it.
Sports update now with Tamara Ebiwei.
Welcome to Sports Update. We begin with volleyball, where Nigeria's under-19 boys clinched the sole ticket to the World Championship in Iran later this year after emerging victorious over Morocco. Nigeria won 3-0. Cameroon have qualified for the Volleyball Under-18 Girls World Championship scheduled for Iran after defeating Nigeria 3-0, 25-17, 25-21, and 25-23 at the ongoing Under-18 Girls Volleyball Championships in Abuja to pick the sole ticket. In cycling, Team Nigeria to the 6th African Road Race and Track Cycling in Cairo, Egypt, have vowed to harvest medals for Nigeria. 11 cyclists alongside 4 officials will join 2 others in Egypt, having departed Abuja for the African Showpiece, scheduled to take center stage Wednesday 10 through 14 March 2021.
I'm going to try to get something done this time.
In football, the Nigerian National League may shut down soon due to lack of sponsorship. Media consultant Emmanuel Ugoji solicits private partnerships to support the league that engages millions of Nigerian youths.
The thing that NNL should do is to come out
reach out to these sponsors. Tell them that it's no longer the same personalities or groups or individuals running the place, that we have come with a new agenda.
And finally, the Court of Arbitration for Sport, CAS, has partially upheld the appeal filed by CAF President Ahmad following his earlier ban from football activities by FIFA. The panel reduced the length of suspension to 2 years starting Monday and also reduced his fine to 50,000 Swiss francs. And that's Sports Update. I am Tamara Ebiwe.
President Muhammadu Buhari offers his sincere condolences to President Teodoro Obiang Nguema of Equatorial Guinea over the explosions at a military base in Bata, which has wreaked havoc in the city. More than 30 people have been reportedly killed, with more than 600 injured in the mishap, which also left homes and buildings in the city with considerable damages. The president wishes those injured speedy recovery, adding that the thoughts and prayers of Nigerians are with the people of Equatorial Guinea affected by this tragedy. The death has been announced of Professor Mary Kolawole, who passed on the 16th February 2021. Professor Mary Kolawole retired as a professor of African literature and gender development from OAU Ile-Ife in 2009. Wake and commendation service will hold at UMCA Chapel of Redemption, GAA Akombi Ilori on Thursday, 11th March, while burial ceremony and thanksgiving service will take place at First Equa Church, Okeireshe, Kwara State on Friday, 12th March 2021 by 12 noon. She is survived by a husband, children, and grandchildren. And that concludes NTA Network News tonight. Many thanks to you for watching. My name is Kenan Ima Abodike. Do have a good night.